You
despite the
arrive.
fact that he technically is law enforcement.
Yes, sort of. You arrive at the guardhouse. You go inside. You say that there's a watchman on duty. Hello there. You can stop there. I'll take your
Hmm.
inquiries in just a moment as he's finishing up some paperwork.
I would like to look around, see if there's anyone else, any noise, anything going on.
Yes, yes. You see, well, there's nobody in there, but there is many cups, many chairs. Looks like they've freshly, freshly sat in. Warm fire. Some place to wash your hands. Looks like a cutting table where they're making dinner. You hear noises in the other room. Looks like there are people in there. Door opens, door closes. See a few people over there. Some of them in armor, some of them not. Kind of sleepwalking around. Yeah. So, what is your name and what is your inquiry? Says this guardsman.
My name is Frederick. I am with a caravan that's passing through. I have a not the best drawings, but of a dangerous three-legged goblin mutant on the roads who've been attacking caravans. They attempted to attack ours. We were able to repel them, but we failed to kill Three Shanks. I want to pass out this artwork of him. Apologies, I'm no art student, but this is what my basic memory of Three Shanks is. Something to let the road wardens to know about.
Okay.
And I give him my drawing of Three
Right.
Shanks.
So is this a mutant or?
It's a goblin and a mutant.
Oh, dangerous combination. Okay, thank you,
Very
citizen.
dangerous, yes.
He puts that down. He doesn't write anything, actually. He just kind of puts it down on the table. The sergeant will take care of it when he's done inspecting the men. Anything else?
What is your name, guardsman?
Heze Jacotus.
Heze Jacotus. There is something else, if I may ask. There is a hysterical woman outside by the name of Miss Trogger. We traveled a bit, but she came here looking to free her husband. May I inquire as to what seems to be the matter with her husband?
Okay. And, now that you're getting a better look at Heze Jacotus, Heze is a smug-looking man with black hair and brown eyes and a thin beard. He wears the uniform of the town watch. Before we start the next chapter of the story, I want to give you some understanding of the law. In the Warhammer Fantasy world, law enforcement is powerful. They can arrest you for anything, as long as they can explain it to their superiors later on. If you resist arrest, or fight, they can dispense justice on the spot and bury you in an unmarked grave. If you run away, you will be hunted. You need money, connections, and status to be taken seriously. Doesn't mean they're all bad, it doesn't mean they're all good, it just means that they have some power. Okay. Yes, this hysterical woman, what did she say? Heze says.
She came looking for her husband, tried to pay the bail, was told to wait outside, came back in, and was told that she was rude. That's all she said.
Well, it's
I
like
I don't know her much, but she's, at the very least, a woman who cares for her husband, if not a little too passionate. She does fall into the hysterical.
It's like I said to that disrespectful girl outside. Kind of the door opens, a watchman comes in and grabs a pint of ale, is walking out. She never gave me any bail money. I earned this money by saving up my wages.
I see. May I ask how big was the bail?
Sir Bale, I think it was. He can't. He's actually just scratching his head. You can tell he can't read. I think it was like 30, or no, 60, 80 silver pieces. You have to ask the sergeant. He's in charge of the bail.
I see. What crimes did her husband commit?
I don't understand why you're making a big deal out of this.
I apologize.
She is a beastman lover. Beastmen are a violent, war-driven race of savage mutants that seek only to plague and destroy good people. The beastmen prey on the weak and the defenseless, striking at lonely settlements without warning. As far as me and a lot of other folk are concerned, it would be great if the beastmen got hung up.
I make the sign of the hammer, hearing such profanity, and I say, "By the glory of Sigmar, I did not know her husband was a mutant."
Some people aren't convinced, but we have an expert coming, and the sergeant knows all about it. I expect he'll be hung soon.
He'll be hung soon. It's
Yes,
unfortunate.
a week or so.
Do you know where the sergeant is?
He's in the other room. He's doing an inspection.
Well, carry on, guardsman. It's good to hear the laws being enforced. Praise Sigmar, and I will walk out.
Okay.
I turn to my companions to say, "Yeah, no, I'm not liking this. I'm at a quandary, companions. I don't know what to do.
Do you suspect the local law enforcement are tainted by corruption?
I think they're tainted with stupidity, but I don't think they're tainted with corruption.
There's a thin line between those two.
I know, and it's 50-50. I'll flip a coin and we can decide, but honestly, I think they are corrupt, but not the corrupt. Not the heretical type. I think they're also, I wouldn't say ignorant, but they are quite interesting. Brother Morpheus, I do have a recommendation if you are interested, to figure out whether they are the corrupted kind or the stupid kind. They're waiting for an expert, and I whispered this to Brother Morpheus, an expert who can tell the difference between a beast man and a mutant and a regular human. You are of the Holy Faith, are you not?
The holiest.
Would you be able to tell the difference?
Of course.
Well, a holy faithful of Sigmar here in town, and they're waiting for someone to tell if the individual before them is corrupted or not. Would you be willing to check this out? See if either our dear Miss Trogger is a liar or possibly the guardsman.
I would not fear to look into the eyes of the enemy. But I am not the one that they wait for.
An investigator coming? Get the matter done as soon as possible. If this is a beastman, they want him to hang as soon as possible. You can let them know.
What reason do they have to believe my words, one way or the other?
You are a brother of Sigmar, of purity and faith. If you can find corruption, it is wise to listen to the faithful of Sigmar.
If they wish me to look into this further, then I will.
Would you offer your services?
I
Hold
offer my
on just a
services to all
moment.
those under Sigmar.
Yes. Yes.
Hold just a moment, Frederick. I do not question your belief, but I would like to ask why we are getting so involved. I'm a thief taker by trade, so I understand that dealing with the laws in some cases is unavoidable. But what exactly are we doing here? What do we hope to gain from this endeavor? I don't work for
one of
free.
two things we can acquire. First, if this is a mutant and Brother Morpheus is able to identify it, by having it killed quickly, we can earn a little bit of the respect of the guardsmen here, the law enforcement. If it is not a mutant and this is an innocent man being strung up by a corrupt regime, at the very least we'll know who is on the right and who is in the wrong. If that's the case, if we aid this lady, Mrs. Trogger, we might have a friend in Middenheim in the future. Also, it is good to aid people in need, as is the ways of the Church of Sigmar.
Yes, it is our duty to root out the taint wherever it lies.
Amen to that, Brother Morpheus.
You say so. I don't know. I've never subscribed to doing charity work before, but oh well. As long as it doesn't get in the way of what we're being paid for, I'm all right. Do as you see fit. Although there is another way. Oh, I do not possess the ability to read. You wouldn't happen to possess that ability, would you, Brother Frederick?
I do.
You do? Well then.
Worship the coins
simply
over
put.
Sigmar?
I am no brother, but I do know how to read.
Well, there is another method should Brother Morpheus's identification of the suspect fail. We could simply take a look at. Oh well, no, I don't think they. Depending on the importance of those papers on his desk, if you were able to glance through them and identify some information on how much this the bail is and what this guardsman has been paid, it should be relatively easy to sort out what could reasonably be his wages and what wouldn't be. You could also ask another guardsman when last they were paid, in which case it would make sense. It wouldn't make sense that he has so much more money than them.
Well, would you... That's the thing. I could not tell if the guardsman was lying. He didn't mention his sergeant. I don't know if he's trying to pass the bucket to someone else, but if you can aid with the... how good are you at telling if someone's lying or not?
What skill would that be? I have a 40 in evaluate.
The intuition, or it would be maybe perception? Or it'd be like an insight type skill. Intuition, probably.
I'm all right. I'm good at perception, but I'm only just a passable with intuition.
Yeah, intuition would be to pick up lies. Perception is to notice stuff that's going on around you.
Okay. So my intuition is as good as my perception. It's not bad. I can also tell. Can I actually do is it too late to do intuition to see if that guardman was lying?
It is.
Okay.
I believe the best course of action then would just be to simply step over this man and talk to the sergeant.
Okay.
Just now I had a thought. If this man has claimed the entire bail for himself rather than sharing it out with the rest of the guard, as should be the case, bail money goes to support the functions of the guard. We would simply inform the sergeant. kill two birds with one stone. We figure out whether or not he indeed accepted the bail and lied about it, and if he is, and thus proving that he is corrupt, he would most likely be expelled from the organization. It would also put us in the sergeant's good graces.
That is good. And since Brother Morpheus here is an expert on all things pure and all things corrupt, we can pass him off as a holy man who speaks of possible corruption within the ranks of the law enforcement, especially if he doesn't share with the rest.
You hear raised voices from inside the guardhouse. Watchman Heze Jacotus, you are suspended from active duty, pending a full investigation. You hear Heze's voice respond in an outraged tone. Why? And then you hear another voice, gruff but solid. Because I have seen you disrespect enough travelers these last few years to know you have a temper. Now either confess or stay home and pray to Sigmar that you are innocent. Now get out. And you hear Heze storm out.
I think now would be a good time to intervene. Providing some evidence of his misdeeds.
If you two would like to go ahead, I would like to speak to Miss Trogger, find out how much exactly she was taken advantage of.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah. I go to talk to Miss Trogger, see how much money she lost.
Alright, we'll do this scene first, and then you guys can do Trogger's scene next.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Just a moment. I believe it might be important. Would he go and... what time is it? Is it late?
It's late afternoon.
Okay.
Late afternoon.
I'll stick with the group in that case.
Okay.
If it's that late.
Late afternoon. You all might... I think you all might need to go and enter the guardhouse. I'd rather not give this Heze the opportunity to go and secret away the money that he stole. So I would like to shadow him.
Okay. Heze went that way. If you want to shadow him, I will go.
Are you trying to be sneaky about it, or are you just following him?
I am trying to be sneaky about it.
Right, give me a
but I
stealth
do
check.
have the shadow. I have a talent for that actually. Where is it? Shadow, right?
You provide the talent, and then you guys can walk in if you want. Okay. You can use the shadowing rules without doing a combined test. Instead, you test against just your perception or your stealth skill, whichever is higher. Okay, just roll perception or your stealth.
Is this gonna? What's the difficulty on this?
Oh no, there's no difficulty. It basically says that if you do this, instead of rolling perception and stealth, you just roll one of them. So it makes it more likely.
Okay. So like just challenging, average.
Oh yeah, just do average. It doesn't. He's gonna also roll this spot. Yeah.
It's opposed, I guess. Oof. Would you like to use a fortune to reroll?
I think I would. Yes.
Okay, slightly better.
I believe I would attempt to use a fortune.
Do you want to? It doesn't look like he's gonna spot you.
Yeah, he's
not a very perceptive guard.
Oh well. I guess I won't.
Alright, you spot him, you follow him easily. We'll pick up back with you in a sec. You walk in, you see a brown-haired, brown-eyed man in his 40s. He has long hair that comes down to his shoulders and a bushy mustache. Hello there.
Hail to the lawmen of the Empire. Are you the sergeant of this fine guardsman post?
Yes, Watch Sergeant Wolverine Faust. What can I do for you?
Watch Sergeant Faust. It is good to meet you. I spoke to one of your guardsmen earlier. There seems to be an issue with him and a Miss Trogger who was seeking to bail out her husband. I do know he mentioned something about mutations and beastmen. Luckily, in our caravan, we have a brother of Sigmar, one who is skilled at noticing whether someone is tainted by corruption. I am willing to offer Brother Morpheus's services here to try to figure out if Mr. Trogler is a mutant or not.
Okay.
I know you were looking for an investigator, and I know there was an issue with the previous. Something about him accepting the bail and not releasing the prisoner.